Hey everybody, how you doing? Today I want to change gears a bit and talk about some less technical but equally important things that we can do to bring balance back into our lives. Now, some of these are specifically career related, but almost all of them can still be applied more generally to other areas of your life. I like to call it the 15 things to do every day to ensure success. Now the first one is give and you'll always receive back more. It's not only true for networking, but for every aspect of your life. I've met many people who were unsuccessful at networking because they thought that just because they signed up and went to a few meetings, people would be showering them with referrals. Like anything else in life, you need to give to receive. If you don't give, you don't receive. It's usually that simple. And usually you receive back a lot more than you give. Not only in business, but every area of your life. When we understand that we're part of a giant mosaic, it makes more sense. If we look at ourselves as loners and not connected to other people, then we feel that we're trying to control everything. And control is an illusion. Nobody is really in control of their lives. We make plans, but then the universe gets involved. They throw us curveballs, they throw obstacles our way, and things happen. There's an old saying, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. So once again, think about giving if you want to receive. It's the best way to do it. It's good karma. Next, once again, when it comes to the job search, but you really can apply it to anything else in life, everything is about preparation. Every battle is won before it's fought. Preparation's always the key. Have you ever walked into an interview not knowing the company's president or the products or how big the company was or any of that type of information? If you don't prepare, usually it shows. And when people know that you don't know what you're talking about, it doesn't really help your cause. So anyway, as Benjamin Franklin used to say, if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. I'll leave it at that. Okay, next. Don't expect to realize your dreams until you help someone else with theirs. Whenever you have an interview or a meeting, go in with the intention of helping them first, with their career, their family, or saving the money. If you help someone, they're usually more than happy to return the favor. Next, you should always bond before business, as relationships are more important than business. Be prepared to bond and converse on a personal level. Look at some pictures. Find some common threads, some common interests that you may have. People love to talk about themselves, and if you can get them talking, it makes them happy, and when they're happy, it relaxes them, and it will make your life a lot easier then too. People like you more when they talk about themselves, believe it or not. So it's that simple. Next, you have to learn to manage stress. I talk in many other areas about meditation, centering, breathing exercises. It's absolutely key. The world we live in has gotten so fast, so stressful. If you don't have some way of putting your body into the relaxation mode and getting rid of some of the stress, aside from the fact that it affects our sleep, it tends to wear us down, and a lot of us get into that rundown mode where we're just like, ugh, we never feel like we're 100%. So learn how to manage stress, whatever works for you. Meditation, going for a walk, breathing. I'll give you some other ideas later, but that's one of the best ways. Anyway, the world has changed. The new digital and networking reality is driven by social media. Therefore, you need to be a thought leader, and you need to write, or you need to blog, or you need to get your thoughts out there on a regular basis. The old ways of managing our careers, they're just no longer effective. You need to be active and proficient on LinkedIn, Facebook, possibly even Instagram and some of the other more popular forms of social media. If you're not on social media, you're not connected, and you're not out there. And if you're not out there, you're isolated. And if you're isolated, chances are it's going to affect your success. Next, we talked about passion, but let's mention it again. Follow your heart, not the money. What is your passion? Keep searching until you don't have a job, but instead you find your passion. Do what you love and the money will follow. If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Our greatest fear should not be of failure, but of succeeding at things that don't really matter. So follow your heart, not the money. Find your passion. Next, your perceived weaknesses are actually your strengths. It's up to you to change the lens through which the world sees you. It's all about how you present yourself. It's always a good idea just to take a step backwards and evaluate. What are your true strengths? What are your true weaknesses? How do people see you? How do they see your weaknesses? What can you do about that? How can you present a positive spin on it in a way like, oh yeah, if somebody's small, maybe they're faster. There's 100 different ways to change the perspective, but it's important to understand how the world perceives you and for you to, once again, change the lens through which the world views you. Change the presentation. Change those weaknesses into strengths. Next, update your goals often, and not just the what, but more importantly, the by when. Be specific. If something's important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it. Because if you don't have a plan, you leave your fate to chance. And just imagine trying to build a house without a blueprint. Probably wouldn't work out too well. So have goals, update them often. It should be a living, breathing thing as we go through life. Long-term goals, short-term goals, everything. But don't ever forget that. Have a plan. Next, one of my personal favorites, spend time with an animal friend. Pet a cat or play with a dog. Not only will they appreciate it, but when you spend time with a cat, it purrs. Purring actually lowers your heart rate and adds years to your life. Playing with a dog will do the same. It totally releases the stress in our lives, and maybe it reminds us of a simpler time. But if you can, once again, not only for stress relief, but just for that bond and connection, try to spend time with an animal friend. All right, a lot of us have limiting beliefs about a lot of things, but let's get this one out. You're never too old or too young to change your career. It's a fact. You should focus on the why before the how, though. Most people who start new businesses are in their 50s. So you should never let your memories be greater than your dreams. If you believe you can, you're halfway there. So remember, you're never too old. You're not too young. These are just limiting beliefs. Okay, here's a good one. Learn to apply time management skills. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. There's hundreds and hundreds of time management tasks you can do, tips, and I share them in other places if you don't know any. But you definitely should have some kind of time management skills. It's great to be able to shape yourself and shape other people like that and be efficient. I mean, welcome the new you. There's over 101 ways you can manage your time better today, so happy to help you with that. Next, it's necessary to ask if you want to receive. If you don't ask, you don't get. Dream and you will accomplish. Don't ask why, ask why not. When you cease to dream, you cease to live. The more you dream, the farther you'll get. Dream big and don't be afraid to fail. The mind is everything. What you think is what you become. So don't be afraid ever to ask. People are happy to help. Once again, let's talk about time. Don't ever wait, because the time is never exactly right. A year from now, you won't be saying that you wished you'd done less. You'll be saying, I wish I had done that. When you look back on your life, you'll regret more the things you never tried than the things you tried and failed at. It's a fact. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken, but don't wait. And finally, have an attitude of gratitude. No matter what you have or what you don't have, there are a lot of people who have a lot less. You look closely at your life, you'll undoubtedly discover that you are blessed. Even if you don't have everything you want, you're still blessed. Try to remember this every day. Be thankful for what you do have. Besides, if you had everything, where'd you put it? Anyway, today's been a little tongue-in-cheek. I hope you enjoyed it, though. But do try to incorporate some of these things into your everyday life. It will make you so much happier, more efficient, more fulfilled. Anyway, this is Joe Pastore with Platinum Method Coaching, reminding you that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So make it a great day.